Alright, 3, 2, 1. What's up, people? So once again, we are back with some of the more advanced playing style and different types of winning methods. So today I will be introducing to you guys one of the stuff that is introduced in VC. Is it VC? Yeah, I think it's VC. So it is ignore completely. So basically, ignore completely, right? You know what? I'll just tell you guys when the card is over there because I cannot think of it now. So there's a few decks that can do the ignore completely thing. So FBI is one of them, but that one is under their reversal. Bella Twins is on their superstar ability. 8 Wonder is on the pre-match. So 8 Wonder is more straightforward, so I'm just going to introduce you guys. So 8 Wonder, so before your draw segment, when you have 4 or less, you may draw until 8. Okay, so it does not including the default +1. So if you have 4, you draw until you have 8, that's it. Okay, then your obey now reads reverse any card. And then you cannot pack high risk, WrestleMania, Frankie, blah blah blah, I am a legend. Okay, so 8 hand size and 8 value, and people cannot minus his hand size at all. So this is actually good good for beginner also because it's pretty straightforward. Okay, so after this is one of the cards. Before your draw segment, if you have 9, I never actually triggered this before. I may discard until I got 4 and then bury the same number. So exchange the stuff on your ringside pile to your arsenal. Okay, so both of these cards, right, is before segment. So just go and take note on it. One sec, it's getting a little bit ashy. So you can always choose which one to go and trigger first. So before segment, then you can discard until like 4, and then you go and trigger this, or basically it's always this first, this then this. Okay, I never met a situation where I actually got 9 cards because opponent turn I sustain 4. I'll make my hand size 4 already. I'm just gonna skip the bullshit. So this is not what I wanted to introduce, so just gonna skip. Of course, the VC Legend support for those classic players. Please do take note that you can always have a Jimmy Hart microphone, and then during your turn, then just shuffle this from my backstage area into Arsenal. Okay, then you can play this as a superstar specific non-maneuver. F20. Okay, then just reverse the non-maneuver. Alright, so again, very straightforward. I play Bash, all my Bash pre-match does not take slot, and then again this one stacks very well with your superstar ability, which is over here. Discard 2, you discard until you got 4, then segment you just draw back lah. So be ballsy with the discard. Okay, so Bash does not take slot, Bash your brains in, open 2 more slot, because I got a lot of slots, so I just anyhow throw inside. Alright, so again, Legend support, managed by Jimmy Mouth South. Okay, so pack this. This is the card that I want to talk about. So let's talk about this. So, the thing about ignore completely, you know what? Let me just quickly. Alright, so the thing about ignore completely, right? So if you guys go and think about it, right? Why is it not focusing? Alright, so this card can be plugged away. It's not perm, and then it's not RMS. It did not say that it cannot blank or whatever, blah blah blah. So ignore completely. Basically, if opponent overturn or play get the F out, right? It cannot completely reverse your maneuver. Or in this case, in this Giant Eiffel Tower case, right, even your shoot action, your multi-action stuff, right, opponent need to have 2 F out or 2 reversal action. So if you guys can read properly, ignore completely on all player reversals and other card effects. Okay, ignore completely. So this one is modifying opponent's reversals. Okay, so this is not restriction on your maneuver. So even if opponent cannot even restrict this. Okay, because it is on their reverses. But of course lah, you see Frankie, you eat shit already lah, because all his own reverses become RMS. And why I want to introduce ignore completely as one of the win cons, right, is because opponent not a lot of decks outside, right, which I personally played, right, and also versus got that kind of healing power. Every single turn can heal back 2 MI, 2 FR, or that kind of stuff lah. And if he decided to just let you in because he want to heal like 2 cards, like for example Booker T, right, your fortitude will get very high and it opens to your winning methods. So most of the time opponent will still try and use, like for example, get the FR, or maybe 1 or 2 reverse maneuver, or 1 or 2 reverse action one. So at the end, from start to end of the game, right, you just every single card also multi, just ignore completely him, then just multi lah. But yeah, do take note that Giant Eiffel Tower can be blank, can be plucked by sharpshooter, that kind of stuff. Okay, and then your maneuver is +2 damage, which is going to work well with bash, because bash headlock will be +2D. Okay, so throw one side. The taunts, the bash stuff, the bash standard, quick bashing because I want to minus rule fort, and then I can straight away bash punch. Okay, so through all these years and mouth writing to make my life a little bit thicker, making special my game because I got so much space. Okay, so this is the only thing that I want to intro. Your reverses, if you guys want to see, I'll just show you guys. It's still just the standard. Okay, so introduce your brain to your mouth and you thought it's all the same. Nothing changes, just a very standard, very basic, macam template already lah. But yeah, so like what I said, right, from start to end game, right, you just really lean into the multi. So of course your standard SS strikes always put in your giant head, but you might never know if you actually draw this. If you don't want to play bash, you can always go for bad blood, then this one will be your first card in your hand. Okay, then ignore completely, meaning opponent need 3 strike, revo, FR or whatever, and some more your value is 8, right, there's a very high chance you go first one. Okay, so bad blood is also one of the choices. If you don't want to play bash, you can always go for textbook, but only the 0 fortitude, the multi stuff. Don't go for the entire set. The backstage itself is basically a nerf. When I read textbook and I tried to play textbook, right, I feel like it's a very hard nerf on any decks itself. Unless you are playing a very or extremely stinky deck, right, then you play textbook, then sure, it will actually bring the level down until it's not stinky enough. But yeah, giant headbutt, so pack this because you can play from ringside, then your standard best punch. Okay, so quick bash just for this. Okay, so I can get 4 fortitude. And just want to remind you guys that if your opponent decide to reach you, where is my fucking reach, right, this card need to be the second card for the effect to trigger. Okay, so if your opponent play this first to your first multi over here, still need the second card. If opponent want to trigger the effect over here, it needs to be the second reversal. Okay, so this one will get bounced back to your hand. Okay, so just take note lah. Alright, then moving on. Once again, I do not encourage using a lot of strike reversals late game, strike maneuvers late game, because opponent SS superstar specific will always have a lot, and then backslide, inslide, you never know when you are going to get hit with that. And if you still want to play strike, please do count your stun values and your fortitude if it is safe enough for you to do it. Okay, so but strike, just I have the choice lah, because as you can see, I don't really have a very good search engine. I depend heavily on my draw. So every time our opponent whack a reversal, I'll whack a maneuver, most of the time I'll just sustain 4 card, just because I want to draw back the 4 lah for the ability. And again, grapple, right, as you guys can see, the standard bash multi grapple +2D means it will skip elbow to the face. Of course the +2 opponent can restrict lah, but let him restrict. Still need 2 elbow. Okay, so blindside takedown is just in case, and also you can play from ringside pow. Okay, so if this one doesn't go in, next turn you try again. So for those people that don't know, once again, having a choice is very important, especially if you know he or she don't have strike reversal or grapple reversal. For example, if I'm to versus the Rock, I know he got people DDT. Most of the time I won't do this, especially when he got fought. And then if he don't have reversal grapple, like for example Matt Hardy or what, they got twist of fate correct, then most of the time you won't do this correct. So yeah, having a choice is important. And I like blindside takedown because I can play from ringside 4. Okay, and then of course my standard and my favorite will always be the submission maneuvers. Okay, so headlock, submission, success, opponent discard 1 plus 2, skip elbow to the face. Okay, so taunt bash you, I will always go and search for one headlock and then just whack. Okay, and then another submission over here. So when success, I can shuffle 4 multi-unique from ringside into arsenal. Multi or unique, so it's just 4 unique cards. Okay, and then once I got 4, which I probably will gain very fast, right? Again, your standard trademark finisher, old school power driver, all these I have lah. Precision haymaker, all I have. Okay, but importantly, the SS1 trademark submission, which this is just stupid. The submission I really don't like. Just trademark lah, alamak. But yeah, the finisher, important because this will prevent people from moving their RFG. Okay, so important. And then this one, last time shoot counter, I don't even want to bother to pack this because draw 1 or put 1. Okay, straight away I eat 1 shoot counter, still got 1 more. Okay, but yeah lah, trademark submission, annoying shit. Alright, so one of my end games that I like, right? I really don't depend too much on my yellow. My yellow is just to climb fort, and if I know my opponent sustain out, I check the ringside power, don't have the yellow stuff already, right? For example, MI last copy or whatever, or once is enough, right? If don't have, or have, and plus ring area already have already, like 3-1, 3F out, I might continue to whack yellow. Okay, most of the time, but most of the time I end game with action because our opponent never know when it will come out, so I don't actually straight away trigger my shoot action. Maybe I use it just to open my shoot counter, but at the end game, right, I might out of nowhere I shoot action again. Okay, so cause opponent must shuffle back 2 reversal action. So in the entire arsenal, right, reverse any card, maybe sloppy, then plus your 3 standard reversal action, like for example your price repay, there no chance and all that. It's quite limited lah compared to this. Okay, so this one got MI, got Revo, got counter, got F out, those reverse any card 1, DI, a lot. There's a lot to reverse this, but not that much for action. So this is actually one of my end game. And of course multi healing stuff, so all over here. So if you are not playing bash, right, you can consider those what twisted smile lah, or that kind of stuff, what multi completely one, then just pack all your multi action also can lah. Since you climb fort also actually quite fast already, cause ignore completely mah. Okay, and then of course if you can climb fort very fast, then backslide inside, the standard have, then MI. So if you see your opponent use up every single action already, right, especially the reversals, right, especially at the last leg, he or she most likely will just to reverse this and then it will go in. The reversal will go into the ring area, cannot take out already mah. So yeah, MI mania. So this is one of the ways that you can win, but of course lah, no space, so I don't care, don't pack. Okay, so the last 2 is again legend specific, so just remember to put in lah. Then because reverse what you call non-unique card, right, you play bash bash or bash at the beach, you can just discard 2 and then it becomes non-unique, then you can use AD lah. Okay, so once again, this is a very simple concept. Ignore completely. To me, I played 8 Wonder, right, I won 60-70% of the games, so it's very simple. Whatever template, then just throw in all your multi. Then yeah, actually there's nothing much here. Yeah, that's all. Alright, so thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.